Hello, folks. Thank you for joining this webinar, WhatsApp Demystified, a practical guide for aggregators. So I'm Vineet Thakkar. I'm a business development manager at PowerSMPP, and I look after the global sales of a CPaaS solution, specifically on the SMS and WhatsApp part. And joining with me is my dear colleague, Mr. Bhaumik, who is a product and delivery operations manager, and he looks after the SMS industry for over half a decade now. Bhaumik, I would also like to give you an opportunity to introduce yourself, and thank you for joining this webinar.
Thank you so much, Vineet. It was my pleasure to join here. Yes, so uh, myself, Bhaumik Nagar. Currently, I oversee the product delivery and operations. I've worked with many mobile operators, aggregators, brands across Asia, Middle East, and over the time, I have seen the industry shift from a simple SMS alerts to a world where WhatsApp, RCS, and CPaaS platform dominate the conversation. So yes, it's great to join here and share my experience with you, all of you guys.
Thank you very much, Bhaumik. It was a lovely introduction. Just to set an agenda for this webinar for all the attendees who are here, and what we'll be talking about. So we'll be talking about market overview, how the market is evolving, specifically for aggregators, how WhatsApp or Meta is entering into the market, what market it is most affected, and what could you expect in the future. So we'll keep it simple and we'll talk about the complete WhatsApp evolution throughout the time. So, Bhaumik, just to give it a start to this webinar, I would like to know from you your opinion and perspective. How would you give the market overview of this particular industry, that is the SMS industry, if I have to ask you?
Sure, Vinit. So the messaging industry today is a mix of old and new. Like on the one side, SMS is still the big one, reliable, universal, trusted for OTPs and alert. And on the other side, we now have WhatsApp, RCS, and email playing bigger roles because they all are interactive, feature rich, such as buttons, rich media conversations, even payment processings. What's important is that the businesses are no longer satisfied with the message delivery. They want the customer engagement, sales to be done through different communication channels, and the shift is pushing everyone towards the CPaaS platform. And speaking of CPaaS, WhatsApp is something which is, I consider, the hottest channel today.
Yeah, I think Meta is entering into the market with WhatsApp campaigns and a lot more where automation is now possible. So, if you can give me a overview how Meta is working with different regions. So, if I have to talk about APAC, America, and MENA region, how would you describe Meta's introduction into those particular regions?
Okay. So, if we look at region by region, WhatsApp adoption is very different. Like in Asia, India, Indonesia, Southeast Asia, WhatsApp is everywhere. Like people trust WhatsApp for daily communication.
Hmm.
Businesses uses it for the updates and even, as I mentioned, transactions to be done through these communication channel. But as compared to this region, Latin America, especially Brazil, WhatsApp
Hmm.
is the default channel for the customer communication. And in the Middle East and the North America, also see very high adoption for the WhatsApp. But throughout these regions, brands must needs to be, mindful about the strict rules and consent WhatsApp required to be onboarded. And in US and developed market, SMS is still, I consider, the stronger. because it's part of the culture. Uh, we can see there are very regulations that are very tight over there, and even there, WhatsApp is slowly growing in customer service and need. Yes.
Okay. So I see a bit of resistance from some of the countries, from my knowledge, but I feel still like aggregators can leverage this opportunity. So if you have to put it in a simple terms, how can aggregators leverage this particular opportunity?
Okay, so in my opinion, aggregators who have built their businesses only on SMS are now reinventing themselves. Like they've realized they can't survive only with SMS. The smart ones started bundling SMS with WhatsApp, RCS, email, and some of the aggregators have even involved voice into a single platform. uh, what they are doing right now is they add value through fallback option. Like if WhatsApp fails, then the same message goes by SMS, and even they have found the ways to protect their revenues. Like they block the gray areas, they fight the frauds through AI integrated spam keyword detection. So what really stands out is that they are not just selling the per SMS cost for their end customers, but instead the outcome which we are seeing right now is about like what we can say is like making sure your OTP reaches within 10 seconds, or helping a bank to improve loan collection by 15%
Mm,
through timely reminders. So that's the difference. Also, what I've seen is customers
mm,
often hear words such as BSPs and TSPs, but still they do
mm.
not fully understand the WhatsApp aspects.
Yeah, that is completely true. I had a couple of conversations with many of the clients internationally and domestically, who generally come to me and ask about becoming a BSP. So I believe still the clarity on the BSP and TSP is not at that level, at least in the public, that they understand what is a BSP and TSP. So if you can give me a quick overview of what is a BSP and TSP and what difference they have in the models that Meta has introduced into this market, that would be
Yeah,
great.
why not? So let's talk about BSPs and TSPs. What I'll do is I'll just try to keep it simple so that everyone can understand. Think of BSP as your business solution provider, as a
Hmm,
full service partner. Like
hmm,
they'll onboard you with the WhatsApp business, they'll guide you through the compliance, help you with the template approvals, provide you the dashboard,
hmm,
support, and even pricing plans bundled with the Meta's fees. So it's like you're hiring a travel agent who is handling everything from booking flights to organizing your luggage. Okay, but there is a new model which everyone must have heard of, called as TSP, the tech service provider. So this
hmm,
is for the companies and brands with the developers, like tech team available with themselves to directly integrate with Meta. You can connect directly to the Meta's API, build your own flow, the UI, manage the WhatsApp experience yourself. So it's like
hmm.
booking flights and hotels online. It is cheaper, faster, but you need to understand what you are trying to do with those kinds of APIs. And it matters because BSPs are great if you want convenience, support, stability. But especially if you don't want to invest heavily into tech, TSPs are for those who want the flexibilities, control, who can handle the compliance, scale faster, template updates,
Hmm.
and even handle the large scale infrastructure.
That's great. That gives clear clarity about who can become a BSP and who can become a TSP. But with introduction of the new model, what do you think where Meta's preference stands? who Meta
Okay.
is pushing more in the market right now, because I have heard that PSPs were created a long time ago, while TSP is a newer model. So just to give a clarity to our audiences that where the preference stand.
Okay. So what I have seen is Meta still very much supporting BSPs. They are their trusted partners, very important for the large enterprises. But at the same time, Meta is pushing really hard on the TSP track as well. Why?
Hmm.
Firstly, it is scale. Like TSP is means thousands more software companies brand that can connect directly with ongoing like through without going into the formal partnership. Okay, and that drives higher messaging volume, faster global reach. Secondly, I would say it is because of the innovation, like vertical solution uh, brands like they would like to integrate fintech reminders, e-commerce bots, healthcare systems that can build faster by the teams who can really understand those kinds of API, and also they don't want to wait for the general purpose PSPs. And the third would be, I guess, cost. Like if you could just
Hmm.
skip the integration with BSP, it will skip the extra layer of the markup, so you directly pay
Hmm.
the Meta's fee. uh, that will be with more choice and potentially with lower cost. Okay, so the shift forces the aggregators to involve and
Hmm.
evolve, and they must choose to become TSPs themselves or to become even BSP as a reseller. Okay, I recently had a conversation with one of my
Yeah.
financial client, and they asked me whether they can become BSP or they can become directly TSP. So like they were confused with both the terminologies because it sounds similar. But once I explained them that the BSP is about the Meta's business partner, and the TSP is more likely a direct tech connection, they understood where they fit, and that kind of clarity is missing in the market right now.
True. So, from what I heard, the Meta is still supporting BSPs, but while TSP being a newer model where aggregator can come into the picture, they can be a tech service provider, have a technology with them, and have that flexibility to provide the services where the service market gets bigger. Meta is also pushing the TSP part. Just one quick question would be: is there a possibility to become a BSP in this particular era?
Right now, I'm not sure because what I've heard of is Meta has stopped making DSP integration, and that
Hmm.
is why most of the brands and most of the aggregators are swiftly moving towards becoming TSP because they already have the Meta's API, and the integration with those kinds of API just required support from any kind of CPaaS platform like
True.
PowerSMPP. So these CPaaS platforms help them direct integrating with the Meta's Cloud API, and once you have developed such a integration, then it's very easy to just onboard your brands using the embedded sign up, and you are good to go with the 10 minutes integration.
Got it. So, just to ask, how are aggregators leveraging the opportunities right now with these two particular models, and
Okay.
how they are evolving in the
Okay.
market?
Aggregators right now are in a very interesting spot. Uh, they've historically sold SMS terminations, routing, but now with WhatsApp and RCS rising, the smart ones, let me call them the evolving aggregators, are doing
Yeah.
several key things. Okay, they are bundling the channels instead of just selling SMS. They're offering packages where SMS would be a fallback, WhatsApp would be their primary channel, sometimes even RCS. which is in the mix in between any of the flow. And that's why a brand doesn't have to choose between any of this. They can get a complete engagement layer. Also adding intelligence, like instead of stopping at why the SMS was the SMS delivered, or we need to more focus on did the message actually make the customer click or buy, or they took any kind of action. So that's where the campaign analytics, real-time reporting, and even AI driven routing are coming. And the third would be with regulation tightening everywhere.
Hmm.
In India, there is TRI. In Europe, there is GDPR. Aggregators are positioning themselves as a compliance partner. Like they're telling the
Hmm.
brands, uh, will make sure you reach out to your customers without getting blocked or fined. Okay, so
Hmm.
these are the factors that are making aggregators to move more faster and evolving with time.
As you were saying about building channels, adding intelligence, there is a compliance in place. So, what is the level of growth you are seeing in the market? Is WhatsApp currently disrupting the market, or so there is a basic curve that generally people follows whenever there is a product or a service introduced in the market. So there is an introduction stage, then there is a growth stage and a stability stage. So where do you think WhatsApp is currently at,
Okay,
and how it
so
will move forward with
what
that thing?
I have understood
Hmm.
throughout few years, looking at different research papers published by different CPaaS platform provider, we are heading towards a 97 billion dollar A2P messaging market by the end of 2034, and that's a solid growth. But what I feel is it's not explosive; it is steady and healthy. WhatsApp
Hmm.
has undeniably disrupted the several key markets like in India, in Brazil, Saudi Arabia, parts of Southeast Asia. WhatsApp is go-to for customer communication for everyone, for banks, telcos, e-commerce platforms. They've shifted hundreds of millions of messages there. But the SMS still hasn't vanished. Like it is still very important for OTPs, government alerts, pharma
Hmm.
communication, anywhere where devices very matter. It it is very simple, regulated, device friendly. So what we are seeing is expansion, not the replacement. Old use cases
Hmm.
still remains on SMS. New cases, especially the conversational ones, are shifted to WhatsApp.
Got it. So basically, it's a combination of SMS and WhatsApp that is currently going on in the market, and that is where WhatsApp is evolving bit by bit. But the major friction that I see is in some of the countries where WhatsApp is completely banned. Like I have heard about China, where WhatsApp is not used on a regular basis, or it's completely banned. There are some Middle Eastern countries as well where WhatsApp is not allowed. So, what will happen, or what is the situation of introduction of WhatsApp in those particular countries?
Okay, so in places like China, WhatsApp is either blocked or heavily throttled. And in such a markets, businesses rely on more local options like WeChat or fall back to SMS, email, or in-app notification. Some of the Middle Eastern countries have similar constraints, either for security or regulatory reasons. That's why SMS remains an essential fallback. The universal reach and the device independence of SMS is
Hmm.
making it very irreplaceable. So wherever the WhatsApp is limited, the strategy is WhatsApp where possible and the SMS everywhere else. After having few of the discussion with customers from those regions, I remember one conversation from a customer. They were from Middle East, so they
Hmm.
relied on WhatsApp for order updates. So when they expanded into markets like China, suddenly the WhatsApp wasn't an option. So their entire customer communication was scattered in specific to those regions. So what they did was, like, they actually ran two different systems. For countries with WhatsApp access, they use conversational flows on WhatsApp. But for China and other restricted markets, they shifted customers to SMS and email. So with these options opened, uh, their end customers got very good experience through mobile apps.
Got it. So, whenever we are talking about the market, the major difference or the major comparison that comes is between the developed countries and the developing countries.
Hmm.
So, how would you put it out? How WhatsApp is growing as a service in developed countries, or the adoption of this particular service in the developed countries and the developing countries? How major difference does it make?
Okay, so it's like in developed markets, WhatsApp adoption is swift. Like, people already use it for the daily personal chats. Businesses just add service notifications or mini commerce features, and adoption is very instant. But in developed markets, the adoption is slower. Like, there is legal uh, compliances, legacy systems, uh, risk involved in all the security related aspects. But once brands launches WhatsApp services, especially for the customer care and targeted offer, they tend to stay. So the ROI is very measurable, and eventually the success will bleeds the scale.
Definitely, that is completely true. So I had a doubt in my mind. I'm sure majority of the audiences would have that. That considering that I am a brand now with this new TSP model that has been launched by Meta, being a brand, can I become a TSP?
Okay, that's a wonderful question. So yes, you can become a technology provider. Meta has opened the doors with the TSP models to all the brands. If a brand has a stronger tech team, they can connect directly to the WhatsApp Cloud API. That means that they can control their templates, their chatbot flows, their integrations. They don't need to pay extra markup or rental fees to PSPs. They usually charge the markup charges so that they can make the profit. But here's the reality: becoming a tech provider is not only about connecting an API.
Hmm.
You also have to manage the compliance, handle the message monitoring, maintain the uptime of the system, deal with frequent API changes that can be done by the Meta, ensure you don't cross the regulatory lines, which is different in
Yeah,
all the destinations. So that is where platform like Power SMPP come into play. If a brand wants to become a TSP and manage its own WhatsApp traffic, Power SMPP as a CPaaS platform can make that journey very much easier, like handling heavy lifting like routing, compliance, reporting, campaign automation.
hmm,
So the brand doesn't need to build from the scratch. They already have CPaaS platform available like Power SMPP, which they can join and immediately start their WhatsApp journey.
true, true. So from what I'm hearing is as a brand, I can definitely become a TSP where I can choose a platform like PowerSMPP as my technology for providing the WhatsApp or for using the WhatsApp services. So I can skip a part of paying the rental, then per message charges, and as a brand, I can also have the application or the platform hosted on my own server. Is that correct?
Yes, why not? So the on-premise model is like buying instead of renting. The brand licenses the messaging platform, install it in their own data center or cloud, private cloud, I guess, and then runs the WhatsApp or SMS campaign directly from that particular messaging application. They don't pay the ongoing markup charges, they just need to pay the Meta's official fees plus whatever the infrastructure costs are there. Okay, then again there are two aspects. One would be the benefits. They have the full control. For large enterprises like banks or telcos, they can, mean huge saving at the scale. They also keep sensitive customer data in house, which helps them with the compliance and security. On the other side, it's about responsibility to, host an on-premise solution. Customers needs to have a engineering team to manage servers, teams to handle the compliance, 24 support in place in case anything breaks. So again, in last question as well, we were discussing about the TSP. So platforms like PowerSMPP, uh, they provide a wonderful CPaaS architecture that can help on very another level. It can be deployed with both on-premise as well as in the on-premise as well as on virtual cloud. If brand wants to take control and run like a TSP, Power SMPP gives them the base solution, technology, flexibility to do whatever communication channels such as WhatsApp or messaging without reinventing from the scratch. So that is why platforms, CPaaS platforms like Power SMPP is very important.
Got it. So there is always a benefit, and along with a benefit comes a downside to it as well. So it's very clear how brands can actually manage this thing on their own. But just to understand how do you think the market will evolve for the aggregators as well?
Okay. So, in my perspective, the direction is very clear. The market is consolidating around CPaaS. Today, we still see players introducing themselves as a SMS provider or WhatsApp specialist, but in few years, everything will be vanished. Everything will come under CPaaS platform that integrates SMS, WhatsApp, RCS, email, even voice in one place. What will change is how the businesses buy messaging. Like they won't buy 1 million SMS, 2 million SMS, or certain credits to send out WhatsApp messages. They'll buy the customer engagement packages. Like imagine
Mm.
CPaaS provider says will increase your card recovery rate by 15% using the mix of WhatsApp and SMS. So that's where it is heading, and the role of aggregator will shift from route managers to the CPaaS solution providers. And CPaaS will be the umbrella which will hold all the communication channels under it.
So if CPaaS acts as an umbrella, what do you think the aggregators can expect out of CPaaS, considering that it is the future of this particular industry? What should an aggregator expect out of CPaaS?
For aggregators, it is both a challenge and opportunity. The challenge is CPaaS platforms like Twilio and Infobip. They are moving very faster and they are directly reaching the brands. They are offering the APIs that can integrate, and they can also provide the analytics that is used to be the edge of the aggregators. But as an opportunity, CPaaS opens the new revenue streams. Like aggregators can move up to value chain. Instead of just offering the SMS, they can provide the APIs for WhatsApp, RCS, push notifications, and even for the video calls, meets, anything. And they can also offer the tools for the consent, fallback mechanism, chatbots, AI driven engagements. So that is where the Power SMPP position itself, like not just as an SMS engine, but as a full CPaaS enabler. So it gives the aggregators and the enterprises the flexibility to grow beyond A to B SMPP and stepping into WhatsApp and future proof their businesses.
Got it. So Basically, if I have to look at it, so there was a discussion that has been going on for a long time. There was a contact of mine who believed that WhatsApp can become an evergreen channel in a very short time, like it was for SMS, like penetrating the market like SMS, because SMS has been in this market for a long time now. So, what do you think? Would WhatsApp ever become a evergreen channel for brands or for aggregators in this particular era or market?
Evergreen, I would say no. Uh, let's look at this as a with different perspective. Like SMS is a operator owned, works on every device.
Hmm.
Like it doesn't depend on a single country company. It's universal. But on the other hand, WhatsApp is belongs to Meta. Like if regulation changes, if government blocks it, or if Meta shift price again, or make any kind of changes in the infrastructure, the entire ecosystem of WhatsApp will feel this. So WhatsApp will remain massive. It will dominate many regions, especially for the customer engagements, but it won't replace the SMS. Instead, both will coexist, like SMS as a universal fallback and WhatsApp as a rich interactive channel that can provide multimedia communication.
Hmm. So again, it comes back to SMS and WhatsApp coexisting, but WhatsApp has some restrictions and some friction compared to the SMS part, where there were telecom operators involved, while this is from the Metas and there are some regulations involved. So that was a good thing. I also had one more conversation with one of my clients. So in the past, I was conversing with him, and I asked if we can discuss about business over WhatsApp, and that is where I received an answer that WhatsApp is majorly a personal channel, not a business channel for me. So I know the perspectives differ from time to time, but do you think how hard would it be for WhatsApp to have an adoption by the end users as a business channel as well?
Okay, so based on your story, I also uh, remember a discussion with one of my healthcare client from Middle East. You know, uh, on a Friday evening, we were having a discussion, and he was just trying to explain me how he's reaching out to his end customers and what their end customers feel about the customer engagement. So initially, they were sending the appointment reminders over WhatsApp, and the patient of this specific clinic, they really appreciated it. And
Hmm.
eventually, looking at the engagement rate, they tried to push some wellness product offers, and the same patient complained to them, like why you are trying to sell something on WhatsApp, and it was initially for the reminders for the appointment. So these kind of examples shares that WhatsApp works beautifully for the service led messages, but marketing has to be very careful and balanced, because it is a very delicate balance. WhatsApp is where people talk to their families and friends. Nobody wants to turn into a spam channel, and that's why Meta is strict on the template approvals and consent from the end consumers. If brands uses the WhatsApp for a service led communication, such as order updates, delivery notification, appointment reminders, customers will welcome it. But if they send hyper targeted, offers, it works, but it will eventually, shoot up the block rates. So the adoption depends on the relevance, what kind of messages you are trying to send, and if it is relevant or not to the end customers who are going to receive those kinds of messages on WhatsApp. And the brands that respect the consent and personalize their messages, they will succeed. But those that treat WhatsApp like a bulk SMS will eventually fail.
Yeah, so it is the same like it was for the SMS industry as well, whereas it is based on the perspective as well, how you or the end users are using WhatsApp for. Like in SMS industry, also they introduced something called DND, so where people can't approach them directly without consent. So I think definitely it's about the perspective. Uh, just to understand, where do you think CPaaS, bulk SMS, and WhatsApp industry is moving in next 5 years?
Okay. So over the next 5 years, what I would say is SMS will remain rock solid for the authentication, banking,
Hmm.
government alerts, anywhere where compliance matters. WhatsApp will become the main driver eventually for the conversational commerce. People will browse, people will ask, have a conversation, appointments, even, check out their cards, complete the payments through WhatsApp. RCS will also grow, especially since Apple and Jio are now enabling it in India.
Hmm.
Rich media inside a native messaging app will give the brands another tool to explore and reach out to their end customers. However, CPaaS, it will sit on top of everything. Like, it will give the enterprises control tower for the communication, analytics, AI-driven engagement. So CPaaS will be something that will drive this kind of force. And the future isn't about, again, SMS versus WhatsApp. It is all about all channels working together.
True. So basically, you feel that all channels are working together is the future of this particular industry. So we are moving towards the end of this webinar where we would have one or two more questions. But before that, I would also like to ask our audiences to drop their questions in our chat, and we'll be taking it up at the end of this webinar. So just taking this webinar forward, I would like to know your opinion how aggregators can scale in this particular era. So how they can scale through different methods in this era.
So about this topic, we initially in the webinar discussed what I see there will be two paths which I differentiated between the old game and the new game. The one path is what I called as the old game. Keep selling the SMS routes, fight over the
So,
cents, chase great traffic. The game has clearly an expiry date. And the other part, this is the new game, which I really
hmm,
push, becoming the enabler of the customer engagement. That means
so,
you are just not moving the messages, but moving the outcomes. Like, you are just trying to explain your customers how fast you can explain WhatsApp, onboard them over WhatsApp, start their business automation over WhatsApp, how you can give
hmm,
them the fallback of SMS, onboarding RCS, everything. And to do that, aggregators must build the capabilities around fallback routing, analytics, omni-channel communications, and they must position themselves as a partner in the digital transformation, not just the supplier of the SMS credits. And this is where the CPaaS plays a big role. With CPaaS, and aggregators can move from selling transactions to selling the experiences. And that
hmm.
transition will decide who will survive the next 5 years. And if I can, thought of Power SMPP in this situation, as a representative of Power SMPP, our goal is to make this journey less intimidating. Like, we give aggregators and the enterprises the tools to step into the CPaaS without losing their core strengths of either SMS, WhatsApp, RCS, whatever they are dealing with. We just want them to have a platform that can integrate all of it.
That's really good. And I also believe that these are the main methods that they can adapt to grow or scale their business in this particular era. And so, as you are saying that the platform will matter, the experience will matter for the clients, for the brands, and that is what aggregators needs to provide to their brands. So how do you think Power SMPP is going to grow?
After spending these years in this industry, I've realized something very important. Like messaging is no longer about who delivers the text faster, who provides the uh, good delivery rates. It's about who understand the conversations better. The future is not going to be decided by the cheapest route or the newest channel. It will be decided by the trust our customers are putting with Power SMPP, and by how responsibly we use these channels, how seamlessly we can connect technology with the human interactions. At Power SMPP, our role is not just to build a CPaaS platform or provide a tech stack that can be used by our customers. Our role is to bridge the enterprises and their end customers, between the new technology and the old reliability, between today's need and tomorrow's possibility. So, if you may ask where we are going next, it's about
Yeah.
empowering the brands and aggregators to design their own journey. Some may want to become the TSP, some may want to stick to SMS, some may want to leap into the omnication CPaaS, omnichannel CPaaS. Whatever the choice is, our vision is to be the engine to support all the kinds of freedoms what is possible. And as we are approaching towards the end of this webinar, what I would keep my end thoughts or the closing thoughts would be like, at Power SMPP, we don't measure our success by the number of messages sent. We measure it by the
True.
number of connections we have created. At the end of the day, a message is not a data, it is a human touch point. And we as an industry, we never forget that. Then the future of messaging will always be secure within our hands.
True, that's great, Bhaumik. I think that's it for the webinar. But what we'll do is we will take some of the questions from the chat, because
Sure.
we are nearing to the time limit that we have right now. So just to take first two questions, there was a question from the audience where they are asking about that if they are not SMS aggregator, can they directly start with providing WhatsApp services?
Absolutely, why not? So they can simply check out the onboarding process of TSP. It's very simple. Within 2 to 3 weeks, they can perform all the verifications from Meta. They just need to create a video documentation where they supposed to explain the Meta, why they will need the two-way communication, why message template are required for the two-way communication. And by explaining these two steps, they will get the approval from Meta. They will immediately become the tech provider. And after that, within 10 minutes, they would be able to start onboarding their brands with Meta.
That's great. So just to add to Bhaumik's point, if you are looking to become a tech provider, Power SMPP team would be more than happy to assist you at any point of time, and you can contact us directly as well. So let me take one more question from the audience chat, and
Okay.
others we will be reverting through email or through messages. So the second question is that if they are an aggregator and if they are giving services through WhatsApp, how can they actually generate revenue?
There are multiple revenue streams available when you are working with WhatsApp. First of all, there are three different kinds of category in which you can send messages with Meta. One is marketing, another one is authentication, the third one is the utility. So first, which I would recommend for aggregators, would be the markup charges that is generally used by all the BSPs. You just need to add your markup over the Meta's charges, and or else you can, if you are having a platform, CPaaS platform, like Power SMPP, what you just need to do is you can charge monthly rental fees to your end customers, and those amount of credit will be added to those customers as in markup charges. Also, you can charge on agent creation, chatbot creation, two-way
Mm.
communication. So there are so many revenue streams that can be generated. Even in India, we have seen that customers are even charging to create chatbots or to help them more amount of agents on the same user account. So that is where the real revenue is generated, even for BSP and now for the TSPs.
True. Thank you very much, Bhaumik, for providing those insights. And it was lovely talking with you regarding the market and how aggregators can leverage the opportunities. So we'll be concluding this webinar over here. Thank you, audience, for being a lovely audience and waiting till the end and listening us speaking about the market for over, I think it's more than 45 minutes now. Thank you very much. And we'll be also doing one more webinar in a week or so, where we'll be talking about WhatsApp automation and topics revolving around that. And I'm hoping to see all of you over there as well. And if you feel like that you need any more information, you can definitely reach out to the PowerSMPP team. Thank you, audience. Thank you, Bhaumik, for this webinar. Thank you very much.
Thanks for
Bye-bye.
having me,
Have a
Vineet.
great day.
Have a great day.